If you're looking at how to apply Mistweaver Monk in Mythic Plus, then you've come to the right place. We're going to be talking about some things in this video, and hopefully I can provide some kind of insight to help any of you budding Mistweaver players out. Or if you're already playing it and you don't really feel like you're getting too much value out of it, then hopefully this video helps you. For the record, I'm not some kind of giga insane player. At the time of recording and editing, I'm like 3.1k, so it's nothing crazy. I do solo pug heal a lot, but you know, onwards and upwards, as I'm sure we all are. In the first talent tree, we're running Fortifying Brew as well as Uplifted Spirits. This is going to give us increased survivability, as well as Revival applying a hot and having its cooldown reduced. The second talent tree is a lot more focused on damage, with Touch of Death being available more frequently, as well as Resonant Fists. You also have Echoing Reverberation, which works as a top appeal should you require it. And now we're going to go over the tier set bonus. Tier set bonus is really strong and provides us with amazing opportunity for healing through our damage output. As you can see on the screen, Renewing Mist applies Chi Harmony to the target, which increases their healing taken by you for 8 seconds. With the 4 set, 20% of all of the healing you do through Chi Harmony is stored and dispersed evenly among allies with Renewing Mist when Chi Harmony fades or is refreshed. This is important because every Rising Sun Kick is going to apply a Renewing Mist to an ally, as well as having 2 charges of it available. You should always aim to be using Renewing Mist on your party as often as possible and using Rising Sun Kick as often as possible to ensure that your whole group is benefiting from this. Now we're going to look at the core abilities. These are going to be moves that you use all the time as a Mistweaver. Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, Spinning Crane Kick, Chi, Life Cocoon, Thunder Focus T, Feline Stomp. Now to give you a quick 1 to 4 target rotation. Feline Stomp instantly into Thunder Focus T, Rising Sun Kick, Tiger Palm, Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick. On 1 to 4 targets, you just want to make sure that you're using Feline Stomp, Tiger Palm for 4 stacks of Teaching of the Monastery, Blackout Kick, and Rising Sun Kick. On 5 or more targets, you're pretty much just looking to use Spinning Crane Kick on top of your Feline Stomp. Now, I'd like to go over key abilities that I use in pretty much every run that I do. Soothing Mist for spot healing, Vivify, which you can use instantly every 10 seconds, Renewing Mist for tier set bonus, Expel Harm for big self heals, Revival as a big AoE healing option, Enveloping Mist for increased healing, Shaylun's Gift as the main AoE heal at around 7+ stacks, Fortifying Brew as a talented defensive option, Roll for mobility, Ring of Peace for space control, interrupts and repositionings of mobs, Spearhound Strike for interrupts, Tiger's Lust for mobility and as a movement impairing cleanse, Transcendence for repositioning, Paralysis for single target incapacitations and incorporeal, Touch of Death as your execute, and Leg Sweep for an AoE CC. In editing, I realized I left out Mana Tea. Mana Tea is incredibly strong. Be sure to use it and you won't run into mana issues. During the activation of Chi, every 3rd consecutive attack ability gives you an instant cast of Enveloping Mist. Be sure to use these as much as possible. For spot healing, you want Soothing Mist into an Enveloping Mist into Vivify spam. Utilizing the tier set, this becomes a lot stronger if you have a Renewing Mist recently placed on them. In this last section, we're going to cover the Mythic Plus dungeon bosses. During this, I'm just going to show the key moves to look out for when fighting these bosses, and the abilities I generally tend to prefer when doing so. For Razan's Serrated Teeth, Life Cocoon is an excellent option, which means you can get right back to damaging the boss, and all that additional healing will get pumped straight into your tank. Noxious Stench needs to be kicked immediately. Reposition Phaline in the direction you intend to go. Chi for absorb shields and throughput, Shaylun's for AoE heals, and revival if you really need it. A slight delay on Shaylun's gift during transfusion for a group-wide heal. You can use Ring of Peace and Paralysis on the ad should you need to. Cocoon if someone drops too low during transfusion. Reposition Phalines in the direction the boss is being leashed. Chi for shielding and throughput, Shaylun's on Soul Rend, Cocoon if you need to during racking pain, revival for burst group healing. Shaylun's for Soul Burst. Additionally, you can use Ring of Peace and Leg Sweep to stop the ghosts from making contact with the boss. Cocoon for Brutal Glaive if someone drops too low, or if they just don't have enough health to survive the glaive toss itself. Shaylun's after Dark Rush to top everyone up. Pre-place Transcendence for the knockback. Shaylun's to heal the group afterwards. Chi for additional shielding and throughput. Use Life Cocoon if necessary. When you hit P2, the first Shadow Bolt volley is the one to watch out for. Your other cooldowns are just maintenance heals. Cocoon's there to help anyone out if they need it. The Abominations can be zoned out with Ring of Peace. Cocoon if people get too low from the leap, Chi for shielding and additional throughput, Shaylun's if you really need it. Transcendence for Shattered Earth, Shaylun's to keep everyone healthy. Chi for shielding before it hits, Cocoon for the tank during Crushing Grip, Ring Piece for the ads if necessary. Chi for the wins, Cocoon for whoever's dropping the lowest. Shaylun's if you need it after the wins before the AoE hits, Revival if necessary. Chi for shielding and throughput, Cocoon if someone is in a pinch, Revival if you can't use Shaylun's, Time Shaylun's for just after the Apocalyptic Nightmare goes through. Soothing Mist so that you can spot heal your tank during Chrono Shear. Remember to dispel them immediately after. Chi, Cocoon, and Shaylun's if you really need them throughout any of the other attacks. Use Phaline in the direction you intend to go. Chi and Cocoon to help with the Chrono Fade damage. Shaylun's to keep people healthy. Cocoon if you need to on a player affected with the corrosion. Chi and Shaylun's are both good for necrotic wins. Revival if necessary. Spot heal Chromie using tier set. Phaline preemptively if repositioning. Ring of Peace to help if ads are separated. Kick Stone Bolt. Shaylun's, Cocoon, Chi and Revival throughout the fight. Phaline in the direction that you are going. Chi for the Soak and Dividing Strike. Immediate dispel on one of the Spark of Tears. Heal through until you can safely dispel the next. Phaline preemptively so you're able to go along with it. Chi, Cocoon, Shaylun's, and Revival throughout the fight. Ring of Peace to interrupt or reposition the archers for the serrated arrows. Ring of Peace if necessary on familiar faces. Chi, Cocoon, and Shaylun's to help with the AoE damage during this phase. Dispel the Chronal Burns. Chi and Shaylun's help with the Nova damage during the orbs. Try and find the right space and time to cast Shaylun's during the AoE phase. Revival if you need it. Pretty much a free fight. You have Ring of Peace if you need to help keep the ads together. Chi if you really need. Mostly just stick to damage. Interrupt as much as possible. Separate during Noxious Charge to avoid stacking poison and melee. Chi, Cocoon, Shaylun's, and Revival are all really important cooldowns to use to make sure people stay alive. Chi, Revival, and Shaylun's are all incredibly useful during the Cinder Bolts. Cocoon if people find themselves in a pinch. Mostly just stay alive and try using all your resources. Every third Colossal Blow there's an overlap with the ad. Use your biggest cooldowns there, because that's where the AoE hurts the most. Cocoon really helps just before the AoE hits if someone's too low. You can use Ring of Peace to help group the ads up or kick them. Chi before the AoE hits and Cocoon to help with the Shock Blast. Shaylun's Gift to keep everyone healthy, and you might need to reposition your Phaline quite a lot through the fight. Use Phaline in the direction that you're going. Chi before the big AoE knockback, Transcendence for the knockback so you can get back quickly, Shaylun's and Revival to top people up, and keep the ads out with Spinning Crane Kick. I dispel every second Flame Shock. Chi, Cocoon, Shaylun's are really good options at keeping people healthy. You can use Diffuse Magic on yourself if you're debuffed. Revival if you need to cleanse and heal the group. Use Phaline in the direction that you're going. Chi, Cocoon, and Shaylun's help a lot with Blotting Barrage and Blotting Darkness. Revival if you need an instant group-wide heal. Chi and Shaylun's are great ways to deal with the unstable runic mark. Cocoon is very powerful against Jagged Nettles. You might find yourself needing to spot heal a fair bit in this fight too. Revival if you really need it. Soothing Mist and Cocoon to help a lot with spot healing and soul thorns. Make sure you keep your Phelan in the direction that you're going. Shaylin's Gift, Revival, and Chi-Ji all help immensely with Wildfire. Ring of Peace is a great defensive option to make sure that the servants don't reach Raw. Chi-Ji and Shaylin's pretty much do all the work for you here. Cocoon if someone finds himself in an emergency. Only dispel the pathogen if people have separated from the group. Chi-Ji and Shaylin's help a lot with the overall damage from Wreck and Cord. Cocoon if someone finds himself in a pinch. Revival only if necessary. Time Shaylin's for the moment Dread Essence hits. Chi-Ji can help a lot preemptively before this cast too. Cocoon and Revival only if necessary. Death Lens from the Ants is interruptible with Ring of Peace and Leg Sweep. If you stuck around for this whole video, honestly, thank you. This took a long time for me to edit, and I know I didn't touch every single thing I could have with Mistweaver, but I appreciate you watching nonetheless. If this helped you, then please consider giving this video a like, maybe even subscribing. It would help with any kind of future content that I'm doing. Appreciate you all. Take care.